So there I was, 5:30 a.m., trying to squeeze in a workout before the day exploded. I pulled up my workout playlist and I hit shuffle. First song, a slow acoustic ballad. Next track, a meditation. Third, my focus and right background music. I nearly abandoned the entire workout right there. Without the right rhythm, I couldn't find my groove or connect with the energy I needed. And it hit me. Our communities are exactly the same way. When the rhythm is off, engagement falls flat. When the beat is right, people can't help but to move with it. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Your Community Strategist. I'm your host, Rachel Starr, and this is another episode in our new series, Community at Heart. I first want to thank everyone who reached out about our first Popsicle Hotline episode and shared their moments with us. Your creativity never fails to inspire me. And today's episode is brought to you by the Strategic Community Co-op, my monthly membership designed specifically for membership builders, course creators, and summit hosts who want to create thriving, engaged communities without the constant hustle. Check out the link in the show notes to learn more. Now, let's talk about the playlist principle and how the right community rhythms can transform your member experience. Think about the playlists in your life. You probably have one for workouts, another for focused work, maybe one for cooking or cleaning, and definitely one for those times when you need a good cry and a pint of ice cream. Not that I've ever created a very specific playlist called Emotional Rescue and Coffee Break. If I did, I would definitely not be willing to share that there's an embarrassing amount of Taylor Swift on it. My teenage daughter would never stop teasing me about it. The point is, different activities and emotional states call for different musical rhythms. We instinctively know this. We'd never blast heavy metal at a funeral or play sleepy acoustic sets at a dance party. The rhythm needs to match the moment. Communities work the same way. Yet I see so many community builders stuck on one track, one tempo, one rhythm, usually dictated by their content calendar rather than their members' needs. They launch a community and immediately establish a relentless schedule because someone told them they should. Monday newsletters, Tuesday training, Wednesday Q&A, Thursday hot seat, Friday celebration thread. Then they wonder why members feel overwhelmed or participation drops off. It's like forcing someone to listen to Chris Stapleton ballads during a high-intensity workout. Even something amazing can become torturous when it's the wrong match for the moment. So what's the alternative? This is where the playlist principle comes in. Just like a well-crafted playlist creates the perfect atmosphere for different activities and mood, your community needs intentionally designed rhythms that create the right energy at the right time. After years of working with communities, I've identified 3 essential rhythms that create the perfect community playlist. Think of them as the baseline, melody, and chorus of your community experience, each playing a different role, but equally important. First, we have the daily beat, the background current or hum of your community. Then the weekly flow, the consistent experiences members anticipate. And last but not least, the monthly milestone, the peaks that create momentum and progress. Let's break these down, starting with the most foundational element, the daily beat. Think of your daily rhythm as the background music of your community, the current that keeps flowing even when people aren't actively participating in structured events. It's not about scheduling daily events or creating daily obligations. It's about establishing a sense of ongoing presence. This is actually where many community builders get tripped up. They hear daily and immediately think, I need to create content or host something every day. And that's not what I'm suggesting at all. That would be exhausting for you and overwhelming for your members. Daily touch points aren't right for every community. They work beautifully in some contexts, though, like during short challenges or launches, while being completely wrong for others. During our recent 5-day challenge creator lab, daily prompts created incredible momentum. But on our ongoing community, we've found different rhythms that work better. The key is that whatever creates your community's daily current, it needs to feel effortless for both you and your members. Some of the most effective daily beats I've seen include simple check in threads that members can respond to in seconds, visibility of recent activity that shows the community is alive, and micro interactions like reactions and quick comments. Now, how does this transition to deeper engagement? This is where your weekly rhythms come into play. Your weekly rhythm is where deeper engagement happens. It's the heartbeat of your community, the consistent, reliable pulse that members can count on. While your daily beat might be barely noticeable, your weekly rhythm should be unmistakable. It's what transforms occasional participants into regular community members. The most effective weekly rhythms have three characteristics. First, they're consistent and predictable. Members should know exactly when they happen, where they happen, and what to expect. This predictability allows participation to become a habit rather than a conscious decision each time. Second, they align with natural breakpoints in your members' lives. This is crucial and often overlooked. The perfect time for your signature community experience isn't when it's convenient for your calendar. It's when your members are naturally in the right headspace for the type of engagement you're offering. Third, they have clear beginnings and endings so they don't feel like endless obligations. One of the biggest barriers to community participation is the fear of getting stuck into a time-consuming vortex. When you create contained weekly experiences with defined boundaries, you remove this barrier. When you nail your weekly rhythm, it becomes the backbone of your community, the part members can count on and plan around. It creates stability that allows trust and relationships to develop over time. But what prevents a community from feeling static or repetitive? This is where the monthly milestones come in. Your monthly rhythm creates the peaks in your community experience, the memorable moments that create a sense of progress and prevent community fatigue. Monthly milestones are your community's power ballads, the high energy highlights that people talk about and look forward to. They break the potential monotony of weekly routines and create a sense that the community is building towards something, not just maintaining the status quo. The best monthly rhythms create visible progress, incorporate reflection, and give members something to look forward to beyond the weekly routine. They answer the crucial question, what's different about this month in our community? This might look like a deeper workshop, a special guest, a community challenge, or a structured reflection process. Whatever form it takes, it should feel distinct from your regular programming, elevated, special, and worth marking on the calendar. Monthly milestones also create natural opportunities to recognize member progress and celebrate wins. This visibility of growth is crucial for retention. Members who can see how they've been benefited from the community are far more likely to stay. So, how do you bring these three rhythms together into a cohesive experience? Let's look at how to create your perfect community playlist. Here's how to build your perfect community rhythm. First, audit what's happening now. Start by mapping out your current cadence and be honest about what's working and what's not. Look for natural patterns of engagement that might be happening without your direct involvement. I've seen communities with too many weekly events, but nothing daily or monthly. The result? Decision fatigue, and nothing feels special. It's like having a playlist with 50 similar sounding songs. Even if they're all good individually, the overall experience becomes monotonous. One client had 6 different weekly Zoom calls, but no structure for how they built upon each other or fit into a larger journey. We cut back to 2 core weekly experiences and created a monthly theme that gave everything more context. Engagement dramatically improved because members could see how it all fit together and it built upon itself. Number 2, design for natural energy flows. Just like any great playlist ebbs and flows, your community needs to work with, not against, the natural energy cycles of your members and your topic area. Pay attention to when your members are naturally most engaged and when they need space. Honor seasonal ebbs and flows rather than fighting against them. In many communities, engagement naturally dips during holiday seasons and summer months. Rather than seeing this as a failure or pushing harder during these periods, design lighter, more flexible programming that matches this energy. This might mean shifting to more asynchronous activities during vacation seasons or creating special holiday light versions of your regular programming that acknowledge the reality of members' divided attention. Number 3, leave room for surprise. Even the best playlist gets boring if it never changes. Your community needs occasional moments of surprise that break patterns in delightful ways. That doesn't mean randomly canceling scheduled events or constantly changing your format. Rather, it means occasionally introducing special additions, unexpected bonuses, or format variations that keep things fresh while maintaining the core structure. Think of it like a special remix or acoustic version of a favorite song. It honors what members already love while offering a fresh perspective. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the biggest rhythm killers I've seen in communities. First, adding too many different activities without removing anything. More is not better when it comes to community programming. It's the community equivalent of that 347 track playlist you never actually finish. Overwhelming rather than enjoyable. Second, inconsistency in your core experiences. When your weekly calls happen sporadically or your community spaces are reorganized frequently, members can't develop the muscle memory of participation. It's the community equivalent of shuffle mode. Great for discovery, terrible for creating routines. Third, mistaking quantity for quality. A 20-minute focused community experience that happens reliably is far more valuable than a 90-minute extravaganza that leaves you too exhausted to show up consistently. I learned this after hosting a 2-hour workshop that left me so drained. I had to cancel the next week's session entirely. Not my finest moment as a community leader. Here's your action step. Conduct a rhythm audit of your community. Map out what's happening daily, weekly, and monthly. Where do you have gaps? Where do you have too much? Where does the energy feel off? Then make just one change to better align with your community's natural rhythm. Remember, you don't need to overhaul everything at once. Just like updating a playlist, you can make small adjustments that improve the overall flow. Ask yourself, what's one small change I can make to create a more natural, energizing rhythm in my community? Maybe it's simplifying your weekly schedule, adding a monthly milestone, or creating more space between intense experiences. Whatever you choose, focus on alignment with how your members actually live their lives and what feels sustainable for you as the community leader. The perfect community isn't built through elaborate programming or nonstop content. It's created through intentional rhythms that feel natural and energizing, that make participation feel like the most obvious thing to do rather than another obligation. Think about your favorite playlists. They work because they match specific moments and moods. Your community should do the same. When you get the rhythm right, participation stops feeling like an obligation and starts feeling like the song you can't help but dance to. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go fix that workout playlist before tomorrow morning. Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey is amazing, but it's definitely not the vibe I need when I'm trying to beat my personal best. If this episode sparks something for you, I'd love to hear about it. Come find me over on LinkedIn or share your thoughts in the co-op. Until next time, keep building bold, beautiful communities with rhythms that make members want to dance along. Bye, friend.